live from Trinidad and Tobago.
Welcome to Connections 50 Plus Wednesdays live show.
I am Terry Ann Joseph Brathwaite.
And I am Jennifer Gibbons Joseph.
Happy New Year! Surprise, surprise! When last have you all seen us like this? Anyway, welcome to Connections 50 Plus Wednesday Alive. I am Terry Ann Joseph Brathwaite.
And I am Jennifer Gibbons Joseph. And as you all know, we are the co-creators of Connections 50 Plus.
Now, y'all will probably be wondering, all right, Jennifer and Terry, what is going on here? You're on the same couch, you're not on Zoom. Where's the social distancing? Don't worry, we exist in a bubble and we have been monitoring ourselves very closely because we've had to do close contact with. But it's a new year and all kinds of things have been happening. And there's a reason that we're sitting together on this couch, Jennifer. We just finished doing the introductory video to our new and improved website. And do you all notice down in the corner there, our fancy new logo? It's a new year.
Yes. So yes, for 2021,
Yes.
we really starting new.
Yes. So we thought this show we're going to give you, but you've heard some of our plans from last year, what we planned to do. So we thought we would just chat today and give you a sense of our direction, some of the new things we're going, really focusing on the business side of Connections 50 Plus. We focus a lot on the social side, and we realized that a lot of you didn't understand our other side of life. So that's what we're introducing you to
And
today.
you know, when we say business, we're really talking about the economic side.
Yes.
So it's not necessarily that in business. So those who are going into entrepreneurship, great. Those who are not, this is really, these programs will definitely help you to move forward financially very, very comfortably.
So the way we're structuring our program is that we're going to have this cozy little chat with Jennifer and I for about half an hour. And then we're going to share with you our big Guyana launch for the second half of the program. So you're going to see the launch of our relationship with ActionINVEST. And that gives you, so this is a business. But anyway, it's a new year. And I didn't say hello to the Caribbean.
Yeah, we didn't do it
So
for the new year.
we did
Right.
So everybody from Belize right through to the Greater Antilles, Cuba, Jamaica, Hispaniola, Puerto Rico, Lesser Antilles, come down, Antigua, Barbuda, Guadeloupe, Martinique, Dominica, St. Lucia, St. Vincent, Grenada, Barbados, Trinidad and Tobago, and Guyana. And if I left out some of the tiny islands, the US Virgin Islands and the Dutch Antilles and stuff like that. Sorry, I'll get it back next time.
And thanks for joining us. And you know, Terry, we started the new year, really on a high. Because what I decided to do in wishing everyone Happy New Year from Connections is we promoted the page. And Terry Ann, and let me tell you, I thank you all so much for so many of you all who connected with us, who liked the Facebook page. And I know many of you all now on board with us. So we want to give a special welcome to all our new followers on the Facebook. And what we'd like you to do also is go across our YouTube channel and subscribe. Okay, but it's lovely to have you all on board because this year, 2021, we want to say it's all about you.
Yes, it's all about you financially.
Yeah, the economic you,
Yeah.
definitely, because we know and we understand that has been a great challenge. During the pandemic, many people had been a bit anxious and not sure what to do, but our programs now definitely will take you through 2021, and I say, and beyond.
Well, I think we've always had the issue with our economics.
Yeah.
And many of us, I think, did not pay attention. Because we have been promoting and we have been saying what we do. And many of us have, not enough of us have paid attention. And we're hoping that the experience of the pandemic would show you how close you are to not having a stable stream of income, and would bring to the fore the need for you to not only manage more carefully the financial resources that you have, but to also find ways to use your skills to generate more income. And that is so fundamental to being able to have a good and happy life on the third act stage. So that's what we want to focus on.
Yes, and we want to tell you all about the packages, because we have done also, we have nice programs, but we also decided to offer individual.
So we could go through, you're familiar with the reset and the essentials toolkit, and the essentials toolkit gives you your baseline that helps you on the life transition, financial, and wellness to get a sense of where you are as you start mapping your journey forward. And the reset allows you to focus more into areas of life, finance, and entrepreneurship, and you get 3 hours of coaching with Jennifer and I. And then we have 4 individual packages, Jen. So what are those 4 packages?
Okay, so let me start. We have the first package, which would be the life coaching. And that life coaching, of course, I don't have to tell you that's my favorite. And that's because as a life coach. But with life coaching, it starts you off in terms of understanding where you are. You know, to face the reality of your situation. So, and it's all a discussion. Huh? It's just us chatting, make you very comfortable to look at your whole, look at your life, take an inventory of your life. And from there, you would know, okay, this is where I want to go. You would also recognize that what do you need to do? Do you need more money? Do you need to really look at your skill set? What do you need to do? So with the life coaching, of course, I sit with you and have a nice chat for 3 sessions, but I can assure you at the end of those 3 sessions, you will have that breakthrough. You will get clarity as to where you are and where you want to go.
And Jen, what's the second package, the second individual?
The second individual is about money. And that's the financial coaching. And that's where Terry and I, again, you know, we join together in terms of pooling our experiences, etc., to help you understand, again, what is your financial situation? Sometimes you may be panicking unnecessarily.
And many of our clients have found that they panic unnecessarily.
And let me tell you, there's always a solution and a way out of it.
And it's never too late.
It's not too late. And it's like about time frame. So with that coaching or consultation, again, we get together, look at your financial situation, discuss your financial goals, you know, look at your assets, etc. At the end of it, you're going to be more comfortable.
Or at least know where the gaps are.
Oh, yes. And as long as you know where the gaps are, I really feel we will take you from that, let me say, uncomfortable position to a comfortable position. I feel, you know, I feel very sure about that.
And then coming out of the financial coaching, many people then, they know where their position is and they have to now generate some money. So we have the entrepreneurship coaching.
And with the entrepreneurship, again, because you know where your financial situation is. So the next step is, what would you like to get into?
So what can you do? What would you like to get into? So we have a program that actually guides you there. The last individual program is
about wellness, which many of you, all of us, very concerned about our wellness because we want to be healthy. When you're entering into the third act stage, or you're in the third act stage, health is very critical. And with the health, we work with a health and wellness coach and fitness coach.
And everybody knows her.
And also she's a nutritionist. And with Maria will definitely give that guidance and tell you where you are, what you need to eat, and the type of exercises, etc., to keep you healthy.
But Jennifer, it's one thing for us to say we can go through all of these programs, but there's something that's very different about our approach. What makes us think we have the magic bullet and the magic wand and the fairy dust?
It is because we have decided that for you to get that base, for you to get that roadmap, we need to start with assessments.
We've to know where
And
you are.
we have really found that is, to me, Terry, that's the key.
And let me
That's the
make
key
it,
to open, you're opening the door.
let us make it clear. We're not talking
Yes.
about the Facebook assessments you do with the 3 questions that are free and you run it and you get your
No.
color, which animal you see first, and it determines your personality and so on. You know our professionals, you know Dr. Nika Joseph, you know Maria Elias Smith, and you know Jennifer Gibbons Joseph, who have developed the assessments based on science, and each is customized so that we really know who you are and what you want. And these assessments are the basis for our coaching.
And they come with reports, detailed reports. When you get your report, it really, that's the roadmap.
Yes.
And it guides us as the coaches to really help you through, the different steps that you have to take.
Yes. And the thing is, if you want to know how these things have impacted on your lives, because you might have forgotten, we are going to post in the contacts some links to feedback some of our clients have given that speaks to how the assessments and how the programs have impacted them. So those are our programs. So we have our 2 packages, the Essentials Toolkit, which gives you a baseline, the 5.8G Reset, which gives you your assessments plus some detailed coaching, and then we have the 4 individual programs, the Life Transition, the Financial Coaching, Entrepreneurship, and Wellness. So in 2021, you have no reason to not be able to step onto that third act stage with confidence.
And that's what, let me tell you, the feedback we have been getting, many of our followers have been asking, okay, so if we don't do the program, can we at least do what is more critical to us?
Yes.
And we say, okay, so now you have it. You ask and we provide it.
And let's speak also again about another thing that's very, very easy. Payments.
Oh, yes.
All right? So what we've done, and we're 50 plus, but we're right there with the digital economy. Because all of your programs are hosted, all of the assessments, all of the information processing is hosted on our dedicated secure server that is under our control and our web developers control. Nothing is on a foreign server where all kinds of people are there. If it crash, all the information goes. If it hack, you don't know what is going on. All right? And also for payments, we have our own e-commerce payment portal that is Visa certified and links directly into the First Citizens Bank. So this sits on our website. It's been approved and audited by Visa International. So you're pretty sure that your credit card transactions will be completely safe. So you could, within a week, be fit, set, and ready for everything that's
and Terry, and that's a concern people have.
Yeah.
That, okay, Jennifer, what happened? How am I going to pay? Because they want easy payment. Everything is done now online in your home. So we provide in the service everything online for you.
And all of our coaching sessions are done via Zoom. So you really have no reason other than what, Jennifer? Your own fear for not moving forward. And Jen, I want to talk about that a little bit.
Yeah.
I want to talk about so many people know they have to move forward. But yet, and they tell us, I have to do this. And we talked about it before. They say, God, you and Jennifer, you're so brave, you're so lucky, you're so this. And they are afraid, they don't have the confidence of moving forward. What can we say to our friends?
What I would say, that fear, that hesitation, it starts because it's very difficult to make decisions on your own. Because I would say you're on uncharted waters. You're not sure
You
what to expect.
to go on to Act 3.
And we speak about this a lot. In Act 2, most of y'all would have been maybe in the workplace.
You had support, you had co-workers, you had a boss, you had a boss, you had co-workers, you had somebody to blame.
So that way, you don't have to take on the full responsibility. All right? Now, you are in a different situation and you are concerned, you see that money I have to hold on to, is it going to last? So you tend to be, you don't want to touch it.
Mm-hmm.
That's one. Two, you're looking around and you may say, okay, that friend you have who's doing well is because that friend has a certain skill or able to network. Or like people will tell me, okay, you came from sales, you have a great network, or you could talk to people. But that's not so.
Oh, no, you missed the best one. She has a husband.
Yes, well, that's vegetarian. But yes, definitely.
I have a husband,
she has,
but I have to take care of myself.
She has support. So there are all the different reasons. But you know what excuses. I feel? What I feel, I believe is definitely the answer. Having a trusted friend or good advisor to share the fears and the ideas with. And this is what I would say, even with my experience coming from doing my own, I could say business, being on my own and stepping into the connections 50 plus, what we are doing.
Yeah.
It is the success is because I have teamed up with someone who I can trust and who have the expertise to help me move forward. So my suggestion, and that is why, Terry Ann, we are able to design programs and understand our 50 plus cohort. Because we have been there. We're still there. We walk in the room. We are actually on the stage.
Yes.
So my suggestion for those who are very fearful or do not have that faith in themselves, they believe that at this, we have a thing, and I say it over and over, at this age, where are we going? What are you going to do? You could do so much because this is, we find it's very energetic.
Yeah. And let me say something as we talk about that partnership role. Some of you may say, okay, Jennifer and Terry, and you found each other, and everybody I know found somebody. I have no one to start with. Going through our programs helps you to understand yourself, what you like to do, and how you like to work. You will be amazed at how that clarity will help you also identify who is an ideal partner. Definitely. And believe me, we can talk about the law of attraction, we could talk about spirits, we could talk about space, we could talk about what you want. Yeah. When you define where you want to go, what you can do, and what you need, it comes into being. We have examples that show. So if you don't start, even without an idea of who am I going to work with, by just going through the process and defining what you need to do, what skill you have and what gaps you have, and how you like to work, you will be able suddenly to see a possible business partner.
Yes. Let me tell you something, which Terry Ann, let me share this with you. I think we did before for those who weren't on. When we started, you know what we did? We actually did an assessment. We had our...
You check if we're compatible.
Yes. We had Dr. Nika Joseph, our organizational and industrial psychologist. Actually, we engaged her to do that assessment with us because we knew we don't want to just start off and then we find in the middle, by the second month, we are arguing so much we can't move forward.
We needed to accelerate and knowing each other and understanding each other.
We took that brave step because we told you we weren't friends before. We knew each other. All right. But we took that bold step to have that assessment done. And that assessment definitely was able to guide us. We knew to use our strengths, work on the weak areas. And as you realize, we have different personalities.
And they complement each other.
So we had to know how to work it.
And this is what, this is the key to what Connections 50 Plus does for you. It helps you to really establish a path so that you can design. We say you're going on to the third act stage. It is your stage. So what's the script? What's this play? Is it a play? Is it a movie? Is it a romance? Is it a comedy? Is it just a relaxing kind of groove? You have to design it, and that's what our programs help you to do.
What I also want to say, sometimes at the beginning, you're not too sure.
Yeah.
You may think is one thing. I remembered when I started, I just certified as a coach. I thought, you know what, I only want to deal with families. I had this goal to just help families financially to get out of their financial struggles. So I saw myself, I wouldn't say not as a family counselor, a coach,
Yeah.
coaching families to know how to understand each other and work together. That was my goal. And I started and I realized somehow it just keep shifting and shifting and have me reach where I am now, connect with Terry. But you know what helped? It's the start.
Exactly.
It's moving forward with what would keep pushing you.
Yeah.
And then if you have that faith, things will just work out.
Every time you move forward, you encounter something and you refine
Mhm.
where you're going, and
Mhm.
sometimes you
Mhm.
switch and you go. So, our message to you for 2021 is listen, we were linemen before in 2019, 2018, 2019, we were linemen and we were making all kinds of reasons why we can't get up and get. In 2020, we dealt with the pandemic and we realized, it can all go in a puff or everything is uncertain. And the other thing we have to realize is that the the second stage is really a stage where millennials make their mark. It's where we used to be. We have now moved on. So we have to create a new stage. We have to create our own stage.
And this is where we want you all to come on board with us.
Yes.
Because we can do it. We can do it.
There's no reason why not.
Yeah.
And that is that is what the Connections 50 Plus movement program is about. So let's recap it, Jennifer.
Yes.
This generation, what's going on between 50 and 80?
Activity. It's an energetic stage.
We live in service of us. Not selfish, but our own priorities.
Definitely. We are coming together to support each other, to ensure we utilize our skills, our talents, and really do the things that we want to do
In three
that
areas.
will make us happy.
In our
So we're looking for self-care because we want to ensure that you're in good health, that you are happy, that you are really, the social interaction because you need you want to socialize. You want to really keep going. We want to ensure, especially which is what we're going to work with for 2021, your economic well-being. Your economic well-being.
And let me say for economic well-being, it has two parts to economic well-being.
Yes.
The first one is to really understand the resources you have. And that's where Jennifer does all the financial coaching.
Yeah.
The second thing is if you have money, what are you going to do with it? Or not Jennifer does what you're going to do with it. But you have to create flows of income.
Yes.
And that is where you have to learn to monetize what you have. So inside of there, the financial coaching and the entrepreneurship are working together to make sure we can finance
because
these
as I said before, Terry, it's easy to get someone feel you're keeping your money safe. And you're just holding on. It's not growing, you're not doing anything.
And you're not living.
Actually, it's just holding on. So you're not enjoying your life. You just feel if you hold on to it in case of emergency, but it is not like that. Yes, you need for emergency, but you need to live and enjoy. You worked hard for it. Huh?
Oh yeah.
You worked very hard for it. So we see
and if you don't have, when you finish cooking, you have to find ways to make money.
So we see that economic well-being as critical in 2021. And that is really our focus.
And finally, you gotta have fun.
Yes.
You have to be part of a group. You have to be part of life. You can't go under a rock.
And when we started, we have been really, really having fun
Yeah.
right through with our socials, celebrating emancipation, celebrating Christmas, Easter,
Diwali,
just name it. Diwali.
Carnival.
Yes. don't talk about carnival now. But what we understand.
2022 will come.
Yeah,
Don't
but
worry.
we understand in the interim, we understand the need for social distancing, you know, and all the precautions we have to take. So we decided, you know what, let's socialize online.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So we do have, for you to join us, we do have our Wednesday Live, like what you're watching right now, where we meeting with you, interacting with you. We ask you all the time to, you know, get on to
We had
our...
to talk about our marketplace
Oh,
because the
yes.
marketplace will continue.
Actually, today we did close Christmas.
Yes,
we closed
the
it down.
Christmas marketplace.
And I saw a follower yesterday posted something on it. And which said to me, okay, we have to activate it, but in a different format. And that again is for you all to come on board, network with each other,
Meet people.
share
Yes,
ideas, meet people, etc. So we're going to be doing several. You keep following us. We're going to be doing several activities online where we could all get together and have some fun. And please share with us if you have any ideas. Send it to us. We're going to be happy to, you know, to take up your suggestions.
We also are going to do some digital games. We plan to have some events, meetups with do bingo and carry on Zoom. Why not on Zoom? So you have to stay in tune.
I saw someone who I have on Facebook too. He does a lot of the karaoke and he posted and like have a lot of fun. And I'm saying he does it on his own. I saw, I would call the name, someone who's doing it recently, and I'm saying if he can do it, we can do it too.
Yeah, we can have bingo.
So we can do a lot. So what we want you to do is keep connected with us. What I would love for you all, especially 2021, is to keep interacting with us. I love the interaction, and I know I have been told when I ask followers why I'm not hearing from you, and they say, no, I don't want to put anything. I don't want people to see what I put in and things like that. We released that in 2020. 2021 is for us to keep connecting with each other.
Oh, Jennifer, remember, someone was giving us feedback and they had me laughing. And you know what the feedback was? This person Googled us and they said, we're so impressive. We look large and alive.
Oh, yeah.
Do we have an intimidating presence online?
So that's I wondered that, and let me tell you, although on one hand we would hear that we're very relatable.
Yeah.
So you will hear something relatable, and we seem relatable, but talk to us.
Some of you all think.
And then we heard that you all have come across a little powerful, like that we don't want to say anything because we feel we may be out of place. Please tell us. Because we swear that we relax. We come to you in your homes or wherever you are, and we just chat. We don't have a script, as you realize. Today I was telling Terry, and we chat and we don't have a script.
Yeah.
But we want it real. We really want to be real.
And then the thing about it is that, remember, okay, we've lost count. Yes. But in April, 52 by 2 is 110, 104. In April, we would have done 2 years every Wednesday content. So when you go online and you look at our content, when you go on YouTube, you go on Facebook, and you look at our archives, it will seem like a forever. And Jen and I do this on a Wednesday as naturally as ever because we both like to talk and we're both interested in what we're doing. So don't let the appearance.
Well, thank you. Really, I take it as a compliment for the appearance. We try.
We're just like any one of you. So please reach out to us, join us, and be a part of it. So we are very, very happy to have been able to give you this. This is our first step, and we made a resolution to say I'm competitive. We are really going to be going to time. We're going to have our show a bit more compact. That's one of the changes that we're making. So it's going to be about half an hour long. Yeah, we might drift to 40 minutes. You know, Jennifer tried to control me. But it's going to be about half an hour long. We're going to have more of you coming on. We want more of you to come on with your ideas and so on. And it's easy to just pop on with Zoom and we can chat. Okay? So we have that to look forward to. And now now that you understand the other side of Connections 50 Plus, you understand more about our business, we really are so thrilled to be able to share with you now the launch of our interaction with ActionINVEST Incorporated Guyana.
That was our big breakthrough for 2020. To start, you can imagine, starting 2021.
Yeah.
The disengagement.
Yeah. So, for those of you who may not have attended the live, and for those of you who want to understand some more about what we're doing there, Jan and I are really, really pleased to be able, for the second half of our Wednesday live, today's an hour, even though Tally is going to be half hour this year, to share with you our launch event. So, enjoy it. Take a look.
Good day, everyone. I'm Dr. Vishnu Durga from ActionINVEST Caribbean Inc., and I'm very happy that you're joining me here today. ActionINVEST is a company that is based in Guyana, and we have started off in 2014 to really look at the coaching and training needs of organizations and, of course, people across Guyana. We very rapidly grew over the years and have now added numerous services to our portfolio. Whilst we continue to focus on business coaching, training, consulting, and business development services, we have also determined that there is a significant need for people already in the workforce, especially those seeking to maybe exit the workforce, to receive the type of support that is needed. Because we have understood that there is this need in the market, and we were put in contact with Connections 50 out of Trinidad by Dr. Obade, a previous Vice Chancellor in Guyana, of the University of Guyana. We have been able to test the service, and we're very happy with the level of expertise that's provided, with the ease of use. And I would like to hereby introduce you to Connections 50.
Well, let's start with understanding Connections 5.8G, especially 5.8G. Most people, as we know, after your work life ends at 50, 60, people say retirement. We say no. We say you have a full other adult life to live. Retirement is after 80. So you see that 50 to 80, that's the 5.8G generation. And that's where we have an entirely new life. You know?
Starting new. It's a new you. Especially when you start to work, your focus is on career. Your focus is building career. Then focus on family. Ensuring that you start that family.
Yeah.
Focus on acquiring wealth, assets, mortgage, making sure so you have car and you have house, and then you move on education. Oh, you have to educate the children, and you have to do, and you keep doing and doing and doing, seeing about everybody else and not yourself.
So, but it's out of love, eh?
Yeah, definitely. It's out of love. Definitely out of love.
We look at life in 3 buckets. We look at ourselves, taking care of our own self. We look at our finances, and we look at our community. And Jennifer, how did we decide we are going to help people to get a baseline?
Right. So to get that baseline, we were thinking you will need a start. Many times when you leave the workplace, you don't know what to do, especially if you have been in a company for most of your working life.
What we have done is we have teamed up with 3 of the best in their game to create customized assessments that really help people to first analyze, who am I? What do I really like? Because sometimes you'll forget, you think you are your work or whatever you did before. Secondly, about money. And
Oh, yes.
thirdly, about your health and well being. Now, the thing is, what we realize is that you really have three major areas in life that we need to be in control of
Yeah.
to have that happy, healthy life in the third act. The three areas are, first of all, you need to understand yourself. You need to sort of detox from what you were at work, because what you
Yeah.
did in work is not what you are. So our transition and psychometric assessment, the first assessment, brings you back to your center. Who are you? And Dr. Nika Joseph, an organizational psychologist, is the person who has crafted that for Caribbean people.
Okay.
So you get a good sense of who you are, what your passion is, so that you can be set on your path. The next area is you have to have the wherewithal to live this life, and that's money. And yours truly, Jennifer Gibbons Joseph, certified life coach and financial coach, is our assessor. And Jennifer, I have to say, you did a fantastic job
Oh, thank you.
in developing that assessment to help people think about their relationship with money. And very often, your relationship with money is not how much money you have, it is what you're
Do
doing
with
with
the
the money.
money. Mhm.
And the last assessment is so critical, wellness. We think we just get our height and our weight and we go with that. But Maria Elias, dietitian, nutritionist, trainer, physical coach, personal coach, she has crafted the most complete assessment that I have ever encountered that actually takes you down to making you look at what you eat, how you eat, and she
Yes.
actually measures what is missing in your diet and then makes recommendations for you to live a happy and healthy life. So when you get these three assessments and we
Yes.
put them all together in a report, you literally have in front of you, this is where I am, this is
Yes.
what I would like to do, and you get advice on how to do that. That's why we say it's a toolkit that gives you your baseline.
Thank you very much, Tarian and Jennifer. Now, as I mentioned earlier, at Action Coach, we're very much focused on raising the level of productivity. And when you think about that, you think about people who are either now joining the workforce, people who are expanding their businesses. We're really focused on making sure that we raise that level of productivity. Uh, Companies and individuals are seeking to really add value so that they can really add profits to the bottom line. And at that point in their life, people are really focused on maybe just getting good at what they do, really being able to move up to the next level as within the organization. And they're not really too focused on their passion as yet. I'm really happy when people see at an early age where they are finding their passion, but that doesn't really happen for the majority of us. What also doesn't happen is that in the beginning of our careers, we don't have a lot of financial assets. We don't have any assets built up to that extent that it really allows us to say, okay, great, we can get into real estate, we can invest in a business, we can go and we can buy stocks. That really doesn't exist for us as yet when we are in our 20s, 30s, and sometimes even into our 40s. What also happens is that we're not too concerned yet about our health and fitness, about the nutrition, about the things we eat. When we're young, we think we can eat almost everything and still be healthy. Whereas as we get older, these are some of the things we really need to consider if we are going to benefit from that window between 50 and 80 to have a really fabulous 50 to 80 and then a really good retirement thereafter. And that is one of the key things that this assessment does. I am 40, and I was very happy to be able to take this assessment myself and to understand, where my passions lie, where my interests lie, and make a good assessment of where I want to continue focusing for the rest of my career. It also allowed me to analyze where I stand with my assets. Do I have a good mix? Are they in the right places that they can continue to generate more wealth for me as I get older? And then nutrition and fitness. I'm sure that the nutrition and fitness fanatics among us will really enjoy that because it really measures what is your level of health and fitness. And coupled with that, you start really understanding what can you do to move ahead. So it's ideally targeted to make sure that people in their 50s can really take stock of where they are. And one such person who is actually is a person who has visited Guyana numerous times. We met through Artilog Jack, through the University of the West Indies, is Mr. Michael Gray, and he's actually the one who's going to be providing Business 50 and the toolkit here in Guyana. So I would like to now, introduce you to Mr. Michael Gray.
So between 10 and 12 years ago, I first started going across in a professional capacity and interacting with primarily business students, persons who have now grown into executive positions. And as you would know, executives all over the world would know or would have heard this, that whatever doesn't get measured doesn't get managed. So the idea that being in transition now has a much broader application than just retirement and coasting into your later years in a rocking chair and so on. Nothing wrong with that, but not yet.
If it's your choice.
If it's your choice. And the idea of transition in Guyana, given their overall macroeconomic outlook, presents a wider range of exciting opportunities and potentials that would not have been there 5-10 years ago when we first started going. I think the ability to apply the toolkit in that environment is an exciting, it's exciting for me to see how it'll pan out. In the Trinidad context, the economic situation is such that transition means a certain set of things. The idea of transition, when I think of the Guyanese context, is much more exciting and varied than the idea of transition in the Trinidad context. With the new opportunities, the transformation of the economy, the ability to fulfill some of the past ideals and goals that were articulated over the years, presents a whole range or a whole web of ideas that might be overwhelming to a straight-lined career professional now looking to transition in one way or the other. So the toolkit, primarily the first psychometric assessment, will help to really connect experiences and aptitudes with the opportunities out there, helping all of us to become more entrepreneurial. It's not just for a company or for a store in the mall, but becoming entrepreneurial with your own career, with your own abilities. How could you apply these skills in this new environment that is exploding in front of you? And I think the current COVID slowdown is a good opportunity. It worked in the sense of giving everybody a chance to slow down and reflect. It's a great chance to cocoon yourself and see that butterfly emerge. Allow yourself to emerge as somebody who you never maybe thought yourself you are. A caterpillar looking in a mirror will never see a butterfly. And the toolkit will give you the chance to see that butterfly and then make the steps in an order. There's not a wild sell your house and run out and start a business kind of thing, but in a very structured, measured way in crafting the future.
Thank you very much, Michael. And I'm now joined by both Tarian, Michael, and Jennifer here in the studio. And, guys, it has been quite a bit of planning getting it to this point. As I mentioned before, it was a real experience for me doing all the tests. I'm really big on testing myself to figure out where I am. And I love the analogy that Michael used of, if a caterpillar were to look in the mirror, it will see a caterpillar. It wouldn't see what it could be in the future. And that's part of what these assessments do. Now, welcome. And I would love for you to share any thoughts as well on how you see this happening in Guyana.
Well, welcome everyone. I am Tarian Joseph Brathwaite, one of the co-creators of Connections 50 Plus.
And I am Jennifer Gibbons Joseph, the other co-creator of Connections 50 Plus. Welcome, welcome.
And our caterpillar.
Yeah, the caterpillar, Michael Gray, happy user and happy to join the team as part of the support for ActionINVEST in Guyana.
Yes, we are very, very excited that Vishnu, that you have invited us to collaborate with you to bring the toolkit to Guyana. We believe that it is going to add tremendous value to people's lives and their paths forward.
Oh, definitely. And we'll be happy to share with you the whole process of the toolkit. Now, having dealt with those that are 50 plus in transition, we have, at the inception, we found that this toolkit is an ideal roadmap to take this 50 plus group forward.
Definitely. We have looked at different groups of people. Michael, you're amongst them. And as we talked about Guyana, Guyana is about to go into a different mode. The entire country is transitioning. And Vishnu, we really, really do believe that our partnership will yield quite a lot of value for your existing clients and new clients because the future is so different. It's so exciting. And it's great to be able to stand in this present time and chart a course and go into the future with a whole lot more certainty. Letting the caterpillar design its butterflies.
Yeah.
Michael, what do you think?
Yeah, as everyone knows and says, the human capital is the greatest resource that a nation has. And the future that Guyana requires will demand of its human capital a particular set of capabilities and confidences that may not have been prominent before. And this toolkit is a great stepping stone to actualizing all the potential and harnessing the leadership capacity of people who've been in the workforce, people now coming into the workforce, to create that future that has been envisaged.
Yes. So Vishnu, welcome on board to Connections, and we are happy to be in Guyana.
Thank you very much. And let's take a quick look at Michael actually and his experience on transitioning.
The whole experience of going through the process with yourself, Moea, and Nika, really helped to create a nice decision-making platform. The reason being is that a lot of those thoughts and issues you would encounter over your life cycle, your career life cycle. Financial decisions, career decisions, you would explore things you're interested in when you had the time. Of course, you had to go and do your checkups every now and again. So the information, while not being totally new, the ability for it to be pulled into one single dashboard was really eye-opening. It saved me a lot of work, I have to say. And it enabled a real discussion as to where you're at now. As was said before, the last 20-something years, you'd buried building the institution, building into your students, investing into life, all the stuff that responsible adults do. And you're now at this stage where you get a chance to take a break. And the chance to reflect and to say, okay, where am I at in life? All things being equal, we have 20, 30 good years ahead of us.
Yes.
That's a lot of time. And you want to spend it in the most fulfilling way that you can, and then navigating the most feasible way to do so, bearing in mind that you have bills to pay and obligations to satisfy. So for me, the intervention of the toolkit at this phase turned out to be really, 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 really brilliant as a means of helping me think myself into my next phase. You would do assessments before, but you get these online automated responses. You are this, your personality type is that, your preferences are this, or whatever it is. But the way that the debrief is personalized to enable you to make decisions or to consider yourself in a fresh way, I think that personalized feedback is something that really distinguished the experience from other assessment experience that I would have had. Sure, you'd have had your feedback as part of your HR process, your annual reviews and so on, and your occasional assessments. But in terms of it being relevant to your whole life, this is the first time this has ever really happened, or that's the first time I experienced that kind of thing.
Thank you very much, Michael, for giving us that overview. We don't have time for a very brief Q&A, so maybe I'll get it kicked off with some of the questions that came through. And I think this one might be more for Jennifer. How long does it take to complete the toolkit and get the report?
The process with the toolkit, after the application and after registration, we send you a letter. The client will receive that letter outlining the process, which is really, they're going to get a link. So you're going to get a link and the link will direct you to the assessments. After completing the assessment, you have 14 days really in which to complete the assessment. So the assessments go to the different assessors, and within the 14 days, the report will be submitted to CONEC-TIONS. And from that submission, it will take a next maybe within 7 days that you will get a comprehensive report from all 3 assessors. And also you will have, the clients will have that opportunity to arrange a 20-minute meeting, one-on-one, with each assessor to discuss the report, any concerns, and to get maybe some directives as how they can, utilize the information within the report.
Thank you, and it really allows us to practice some of our delayed gratification techniques, because the testing world has really gotten us used to having these instant reports coming back. But the level of personalization that is added to your reports really goes a level deeper, and it provides that insight. And you did mention a 20-minute one-on-one with the professional that can then really understand where you are and ask you some questions to help you discover some next steps is truly valuable. Now,
and I must add, it could be much faster, depending on the time of, the time that client takes. So if they do it quickly within a day or 2, of course, the report will be submitted much easier.
Now, we have been in this accelerated age of technology for the past nearly 9 months, and people have all kinds of concerns about things happening online. So, Terry-Ann, is it actually safe to do this test online?
Absolutely, it is. The thing is, the entire assessment process is housed on CONEC-TIONS' dedicated server. The entire program has been designed and built by our web developer, Jan Michael. So all of our safety protocols are controlled by us. In fact, the integration into ActionINVEST is such that once a user is in the assessment process, all of their information, all of their personal data, their answers remain confidential and accessible only to the assessors. So it is not that everybody has access to their information. Also, the payment portal is rest on our platform. And this is a secure visa portal that links directly into one of our leading commercial banks, it is Citizens Bank. So in terms of the information, your personal information and your assessments, it is on a dedicated server. It's not a shared server. It is controlled by our web developers, and all financial information and tracking is actually on a visa approved portal that is directly linked to the First Citizens Bank. So we have checked, double checked, and quadruple checked, and the information is safe.
Thank you. Thank you very much for providing that assurance. And, in Guyana for, the past year, it's been one of the most uncertain years. I think the entire world has had to cope with COVID, and which is the first time in 100 years that the world is dealing with such a widespread pandemic. And, now we even have some fresh concerns as well that can raise uncertainty levels a bit. In addition to that, for CONEC-TIONS, I know that you serve the Caribbean market, you serve even the US, you have people using the service as well.
Yes.
But Guyana also went through a significant portion of political uncertainty, so that added more to it. We're now an oil producing country, but then when the prices dropped just after COVID, that also created some more uncertainty. So uncertainty is all around us. Michael, what would you say to people who are thinking, well, all of this sounds good. I wish I knew more about myself. I wish I had more clarity on my path, but things are so uncertain. What would you say to people like that, Michael?
I would say think of an airline, a aircraft pilot, or even someone captaining a sea vessel. When they're away from land or they have no visual references by which to navigate, they have to fly by their instruments, especially if you're flying through bad weather. And those instruments basically are reflecting data back to you by which you can make decisions. This toolkit basically assembles you your own dashboard by which you can make decisions. Without the flying panel, the pilot is just looking around and he's seeing cloud left, cloud right. He doesn't know which way he's going, but the instruments enable him to navigate to the chosen destination. So my recommendation is that in a time of uncertainty, you need to rely on the best data that you can. And the way you can maximize the data that's relevant to you is by taking this toolkit through which you would get feedback, accessible, objective feedback on where you are, who you would like to be. And from there, regardless of the external circumstance, you're able to navigate and be ready for the future. When the pilot emerges from the clouds, he sees the runway in front of him because he has used his data faithfully. I encourage you to do the same.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And just before this call, we were actually on a CEO roundtable call. And today we're actually dealing with some investment advice by Warren Buffett. And one of his 6 pieces of advice was invest in yourself, not only because it adds value to you and it allows you to really return value to the world, but one of the quips he made was that they can't tax that away from you. They can't take it away from you and they can't tax it away from you. So it was really something that sunk in as well. It's the true investment in knowledge and in yourself that can continue to pay. And we don't need to see 50 and 60 as the end of our life, the end of our career. There's so much more there, especially now that we have been able to refine so much wisdom over decades that we're able to then package and then present it to those who need it. And even if we do want to retire, we have to make sure that the assets that we're investing in will be able to give us that comfortable retirement, that replacement for the salary that we may have gotten used to. So that's very telling. And another question I had here is, how much will it cost and how do I pay? So I guess I'll take that one. I know that Terry-Ann touched a little bit on the platform, but we are starting with an introductory price. I think it's, if I compare it to what is happening globally, it is very affordable, of $600 US per toolkit assessment. And that covers all 3 of the assessments we've been speaking about, plus the 20-minute debriefs with each one of the professionals. And I can tell you, I have had my debrief with each one of these professionals, and it's well worth it, very well worth it. Now, you can pay, as Terry-Ann mentioned, online, and you have that option. The local cards here will also work, or you can pay at our office here in Georgetown, in Parade Street, Georgetown, and then we will complete the transaction on your behalf, should you want to really make such a payment by cash or check. So you do have several payment options, and you know what the cost is. And I would say we should not refer to this as a cost, because when you spend money, when you see things as a cost, you don't expect any returns. Please see this as an investment in yourself, because I want you, all of us want you, to get a significant return on this investment in yourself. A lot more clarity in your future, a clear path of what you can do to maximize the benefits in your future. So this is definitely an investment. Now, before I wrap up, if the team would like to present any final closing thoughts, I'll go to Jennifer first. Any closing thoughts?
Closing thoughts? Oh, my closing thoughts. One, I am so happy, to represent We Had Connections 50 Plus. As a life transition and financial coach, I really do look forward to helping those in transition, because money plays a very important part in whatever you do. And those in transition, that is your biggest challenge. How do we move forward? How can you utilize that money? So I'm looking forward as part of the team to help you out there in your transition to make sure you are financially stable.
Thank you. Michael?
My encouragement would be is that transition does not have to be a scary word. Just as risk normally has a term of being, or connotation of being negative, there's also upside risk. But in normal conversation, of course, we think of risk as a bad thing. I'd be happy to help and to encourage persons to be transition as a positive possibility, opening up a whole range of future opportunities and remove the stigma of being in transition myself.
Very good. And Tarian?
Listen, the only constant is change. And we are going into very different worlds. And our cohorts, the 50 plus cohort, we are just so full of experience, of energy, of ideas. The younger generations are going to come onto the stage and do what they will. It's our time now to create our own world, our own stage, using our experience. And it is wonderful, in my view, that at the start of that transition process, we have an opportunity, as Michael said, to build our dashboard and to know exactly where we want to go. So the future is bright, and this is just increasing the wattage of that bulb that lights it.
Thank you very much. And even doing the assessment myself at 40, I feel a lot more prepared for retirement now. So
Okay.
that is really something that in our developing market, it's a type of service that does not exist yet. And for the people who are looking at the show now, even if it's live or a recording, and you are in your 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, it is important for you to understand that if you're looking for opportunities, this developing economy will present a lot. There are a lot of gaps in products and services, and we are very happy to have been able to develop this collaboration with Connections 50. And we believe in collaboration. We believe in partnership. We can't do it all on our own. And the only way we can deliver higher quality services is by collaborating with those who've been doing it before so that we can all grow together. From a business perspective, should you decide that you really want to say, okay, I'm 50 something, I'm 60, I want to jump into business, we're here to support you from a business coaching and training perspective. That's what we really specialize in. But we're really happy that we're being able to provide this service now to the market here in Guyana. And for those of you looking at us from Suriname, very soon in Suriname as well, to really give you a lot more options in how you proceed. So to everyone joining us, it is a true pleasure bringing this to you, having a launch here. And I would encourage you to reach out. You can message wherever you're seeing this video right now, just drop us a message or direct message the page. If you need to get on to us at ActionInvest, the email to use is info@actioninvest.org. Check out our website, the entire portal. We'll have a separate area for that entire portal as well, so you'll be able to channel through our website. And look forward to this service being rolled out and supporting services to be there as well. Tarian, Jennifer, Michael, we appreciate the collaboration and we look forward to really rolling this out to Guyana and then further afield. Thank you very much for joining me.
Small days is still on my mind. Small days is a good.
And this is what we're up to for the start of 2021.
And throughout.
Yeah. So we started with Guyana. Caribbean, listen, we are starting with Guyana. And then what we will do, maybe by next week, we're going to send the link for you all to go to our new website.
Yes.
And give us feedback on
We have our new website coming, our new logo and everything else.
Yes.
And we want to say something to you. So Jen and I are really just two people. We're going on this stage and deciding to have a goal. And the lessons that you can take from us is, first of all, don't try to do it alone.
Yeah.
We can help you shape where you want to be and find out who you should do it with. Really don't try to do it alone. Neither of us could do this alone. And secondly, believe in yourself and continue. Don't stop. Just believe in yourself. Continue and don't stop. You will get your breakthrough.
And we are here to support you in a very embracing way, confidential. And we have the knowledge and experience to get you to where you want to be.
So it's now an hour. Happy New Year. 2021. 2020 was rough. It was rough for all of us.
Mm-hmm.
But
we made it through.
And there is so much still to
Yes.
come. 2021, we have to create our opportunities, and there are many. So Until next
All
week.
the best. See you. All right. Bye.
50 Plus Tribe and followers from TNT and the Caribbean.
Thank you for joining us on this Connections 50 Plus Wednesday Alive show.
We hope you enjoyed the lively conversation and look forward to seeing you next week.
Don't forget to like and share our Facebook page and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
We really love getting your feedback.
Bye for now.